Friends, how's it going? It is July 9th, and so we are dealing with quite a few pests in the garden right now at this time. We have gotten a good bit of harvest from the garden. The garden is quite large. I'm going to show you like this because I don't feel like ending the video just yet. But I'll tell you the pests that we are dealing with. So we've been dealing with caterpillars from the get-go. Different kinds, not any tomato hornworms, but ones that don't get quite that big, but they are plentiful. We've got a lot of them. We've been hand picking those. We have been spraying with BT, but I have to be honest, I have not been spraying with BT recently. Probably in the past like 3 or 4 weeks we have not sprayed. I'm not very good at keeping on top of those things. Once I see that it's not a problem very much anymore, I kind of think that maybe they're just gone and they're not going to bother me again or bother my plants again. And so I slack off. And then they come back. Well, I haven't been gardening that long, but now I'm seeing that that's kind of how things go. But, so yeah, we've got those. The flea beetles have never really left. They've kind of died back a little bit and then they come back, but most of my plants are doing okay with them, so I kind of just gave up the fight with them. Wasn't really worried about it. Then the stink bugs came out. Stink bugs on ground cherry plants. Stink bugs on tomatoes mostly. Yeah, probably on a lot of things, but definitely those tomatoes they like the most, it seems. As I am speaking, I see a soft-bodied foe. Oh! Yikes. Let's see if I can show you what he looks like. I don't know how to get this camera to focus. He's striped. I don't know, but he's eating my garden, so he's gotta go. Anyway, so stink bugs, caterpillars, flea beetles. Aphids may or may not be there, probably so. They're not killing the garden as far as I know, so I'm not worried about those as much. Holy crap. This is fun. Check out this freaking hornworm. Look at the size of its poop. It is massive. And now I am terrified. I think that I might have a hornworm problem. But I have not seen any of these yet. I guess I'm going to be coming out with a black light and trying to find more of these tonight. Yay! As I was saying, I found 2 tomato hornworms. Oddly enough, they were on my pepper plants. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I can't bring myself to squish them. I have been petting them and admiring their beauty. They're very soft and squishy, and I'm a freak like that. And I can't bring myself to squish them, so I'm just gonna take them for a walk. And we're gonna go over here to this cow field, and I'm just gonna throw them out there, and if they eat something else besides my garden, they eat something else besides my garden, and there's nothing that I can do, but at least they're not eating my garden. Right? So, I'm just gonna toss him over there. He's got the pepper to eat. I don't know if he can develop into get where he needs to be before he makes a cocoon off of that pepper, but I may never know. But anyway, the pest that I just recently discovered that I'm dealing with is the one that inspired me to make a video, and that is cucumber beetles. I have never dealt with cucumber beetles before. This is only my 3rd year gardening, and we've got them. I wish I would have thought to prevent them, because now I'm reading that they transmit diseases like bacterial wilt, and once your plant gets that, there's no way to cure the plant. It has it and it will die. And I don't really know what to do other than sprinkle diatomaceous earth along the ground. I don't want to cover all of my cucumbers plants with diatomaceous earth because I don't want to hurt the bees or any other beneficial insects that might be trying to help me out with my pest issues. But yeah, so I sprinkled some diatomaceous earth just on the ground around the stems of my cucumber plants, my squash plants, my melon plants. And now I'm thinking that I'm overdue for a spraying of some neem with some bacterial soap, antibacterial soap, which I use Dr. Bronner's. I don't know really how antibacterial it is. I'll put some peppermint oil in there. And this stuff, this is what I use. Caterpillar Killer. It's BT. I'm not going to try to say BT. You know, I'm not going to say what the actual scientific word is. But that's what I'm about to do. I'm pretty grateful for the temperature right now because whenever I checked the weather yesterday, it said that it was going to feel like it was over 100 with like 55% humidity. Well, that's not enjoyable, especially not with mosquitoes. Right now I am wearing a long sleeve shirt, my boyfriend's shirt, and some long baggy pants, hoping that that is enough to protect me. But yeah, the garden is kind of a mess. One issue that I'm kind of having, I guess, but not dealing with, is my tomato plants growing much taller than the trellis. And they were probably like, a lot of the plants were probably like 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet even, above the trellis. And then we got some storms in, some wind, and they've since fallen over and just bent and then just kept growing. And I've got these very dense sections of tomato plant where suckers are getting away from me. I have neglected them in the sense that I have not been pruning. Sometimes you get really overwhelmed with the pests, with the excessive growth. Here's some more caterpillars. They're very pretty. Beautiful things. Don't want them eating my plants. But yeah, so I guess you could say I've been a lazy gardener, for sure. That would be an accurate statement. What have we been harvesting? The tomatoes are they're giving us a break from them. Let's say that. Another one. Yeah, we have quite a bit of tomatoes that are developing, that are still green. And we do have some flowers here and there. So I think we'll be harvesting tomatoes for as long as these plants want to hang around before they get sick. Hopefully that'll be a while. We've harvested 3 peppers. They were all this one kind. It's an albino bullnose pepper. And they're just like 3-4 inch long peppers that are sweet. They don't have any spice to them. Mild, sweet flavor. They're very good. My first year growing them, and I'm very pleased. What else do we have? We have plenty of peppers that are growing, minus that one that got eaten by the hornworms. We've been harvesting a pretty good handful of ground cherries every day. I've just got this one ground cherry plant that is probably safe to say from like one end to the next, like one end to the other end is like 5 feet in diameter. It's freaking huge. I did not think that they were gonna get, like, it was gonna get that big, but a little up close in my face while I picked this ground cherry off the ground. But yeah, ground cherries are some of my favorite things in the world. I love them very much. But anyway, yesterday, fun little story for anyone who's not me. I was chowing down on some ground cherries that, we'll bring them in find them on the ground or knock them off of the plant if they're ready to be knocked off, and then we'll bring them in to the bus and let them finish ripening. And then I check on them like every day and see which ones I can snack on, and I'll leave them in the husks until I'm ready to eat them. And I was snacking on a few yesterday, and I pulled up one, and I just pull back the husk and pop put it in my mouth and then throw the husk down. And I did that with one of them and instantly got this super musky, stinging, numbing kind of feeling and sensation in my mouth. And I was like, this is somewhat familiar of a smell that I am very familiar with. That's kind of redundant, isn't it? There was a stink bug, a young stink bug, so it was like still green and soft-bodied in the husk. And so whenever I pulled it back, I squished it, not knowingly, and proceeded to eat the ground cherry that had the stink bug stink on it, and consumed it, put it in my mouth, ate that shit. And it tasted awful. It took a lot to get the taste out of my mouth. Would not recommend eating something that a stink bug has put its stink on. That's probably not a surprise to anyone, but yeah, I'm kind of procrastinating. I don't want to spray the garden right now. It's just a lot of work, but I do need to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I guess I can mention that I have this pump sprayer that I think holds 2 gallons in it, and I usually fill it up, put a few tablespoons of that BT in there. I'm leaving stuff all over the garden, and spray away. I probably should do neem oil as well. I think I'm gonna do that. But okay, I think that's all I have to say for now. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll have better news as far as the garden goes next time. Thank you for watching. See you later.